Krishna. Are you guys tired after the week-long celebration of Janmastami? So today we have a bit of a different program. It's a modified Sunday feast program because we're going to do something very special. And I just want to explain what it is about. So everybody please sit down. And I would like to know, is there anybody who did not come for our Janmashtami this year? Okay. That's really bad. Okay. So you're lucky because we have the very last Janmashtami bash celebration today. So today we are going to be performing the Abhishek ceremony. Those of you who were here at midnight must have seen the Abhishek that happens on the altar at night, but today we are going to be doing it here. And some of our well-wishers who have sponsored the Janmashtami celebration or sponsored the Abhishek will be performing the Abhishek ceremony while there is Kirtan going on. So why are we doing this? I just want to read something for you. This is the Krishna book. It is available at the desk outside. It's a very special book because it describes all of Krishna's pastimes while he was in Vrindavan, and then when he goes to Mathura, and then from there he goes to Dwarka. So if you want to know a lot about everything, this is the book. It's an easy read, and every time you read, you will find something new. So I want to read from chapter 7, which is Salvation of Trinavarta, which is talking about a demon. Today we are not talking about demons, we are going to only talk about Abhishek. So in this particular chapter, Krishna has turned 1. Okay, so after he turns 1 year old, Nanda Maharaj, who is his father, and Yashoda, they organize a very big celebration. So we similarly arrange this celebration every single year. So let's read about that. When Krishna grew up a little more, he began to turn himself backside up. He merely did not lie on his back. Another function was observed by Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, Krishna's first birthday. They arranged for Krishna's birthday ceremony, which is still observed by all followers of Vedic principles. Krishna's birthday ceremony is observed in India by all Hindus, irrespective of different sectarian views. All the cowherd men and women were invited to participate in the jubilant celebration. A nice band played, and the assembled people enjoyed it. All the learned brahmanas were invited. They chanted Vedic hymns for the good fortune of Krishna. During the chanting of the Vedic hymns and playing of the bands, Krishna was bathed by Mother Yashoda. This bathing ceremony is technically called Abhishek. That's the reference to the Abhishek. And even today, this is observed in all the temples of Vrindavan on the Janmashtami day or on the birth anniversary of Lord Krishna. So traditionally, we've been doing this ceremony. We have the pujaris do the ceremony on the altar, and then we have members of the congregation who sponsor and perform the Abhishek right here. And our Janmashtami ceremony Janmashtamis have gotten so busy that we are no longer able to do the Abhishek on the day of Janmashtami. There's no place to stand, right? What to speak of performing Abhishek. So for this year, we've separated out as a separate ceremony. And it was also celebrated in Vrindavan the day after Krishna was born. It's called Nandotsav, which is the next day after Krishna's birth. And it was celebrated by giving a lot of charity and wealth. So Nanda Maharaj invited all the people in Vrindavan to celebrate this and gave away a lot of cows and a lot of wealth because he belonged to the Vaishya community. So they had a lot of cows. And there's a very vivid description in the book of how this Nandotsav was celebrated. So today we are going to be celebrating something similar to the Nandotsav. We are inviting all of you who are residents of Vrindavan to come and attend the Abhishek ceremony of Lord Krishna. There will be chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, as we always have during Abhishek, so you can enjoy the Kirtan. And we will watch some people, some congregation members perform the Abhishek ceremony. If any of you are interested, you can still go to the front desk and book your spot. If not, this is something you can watch today and think about participating the next year, because it's really very auspicious and special. One interesting fact is, Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, was born on the day of Nandotsav. So every year, after the Janmashtami celebration, the very next day when we are all tired, we celebrate Prabhupada's appearance day, which is a birthday. And we call it appearance, it's not birthday like, we celebrate birthdays and we still have cakes. We had a great cake made by Sistina, she's our cake person. And it was really delicious. Those of you who came on the day after Janmashtami, it was worth fasting all day before. So we celebrate Prabhupada's appearance day. Because of him, we are all here today. If it were not for him, we would not be having these massive festivals. And we are very grateful to Srila Prabhupada who helped us bring all of this to the Western world. I know when I was in India, I never remember going to any Iskcon temple. Did any of you go to Iskcon temples when you were in India? Yeah, things have changed, as you can see. When I was studying in college, we did not go to any such thing. Things have changed now because it's become more mainstream. People are very aware of Iskcon and how they celebrate festivals, and many people go there. And our temple here is also experiencing a very similar crowd that you would see in India. It's like going to any temple in India, the huge lineups. People waited 4 hours to get inside the temple this past Monday. So it was really very busy. We also had a lot of complaints from the neighbors, which means our festival is really big. Do you agree? Yeah. So we have to do more to make sure that this doesn't happen, because we want everybody to be participating and feel good about the ceremony. So we are requesting that congregation members be mindful to our neighbors and be aware that it's their residential spaces, and every time there are people on their front lawns, they feel that the temple is encroaching. So just to be aware that we are mindful that there is other people who live on the street. So that's pretty much what we're going to do today. So we'll have the Abhishek ceremony. I think we are ready to go. And all of those who you have already sponsored the Abhishek, I would request them to join me here at the back right now, so that we can make sure that the program is not delayed and we can finish on time. We had multiple long days for all of you, and then the schools start this week. Of course, it's a long weekend, so we're not in a rush. So at this point, I would ask if anybody has any questions related to today's ceremony or Janmashtami. Anybody? Okay, so as we prepare, our festivals don't ever stop. So now that we finished Rath Yatra, then we finished Balaram appearance, then we finished Janmashtami. Today we're going to finish off the last day of our week-long celebration of the Janmashtami. So what do we have to look forward? We are already in September. So there are many different ways to participate in charity in this day and age. But does anybody know what is the best form of charity? Yes. What did you say?
Giving knowledge.
I didn't hear. So I heard one here. What did somebody say at the back? Tax. Is that what you said? Oh my God. However, I work in healthcare. So I do feel that taxation is charity. So don't get me started. Because I see how people are accessing healthcare, You agree with me? So we can have a separate class about that, of how paying tax is actually charity, right? And interestingly, now you started me. So in this book, there is a big chapter called Description of Autumn, where Prabhupada talks about taxation. So whoever says tax today has to buy this book and read it, because Prabhupada describes how it is important to pay taxes. And there is a very vivid description that no matter who you are, everybody is subjected to tax. And in this chapter, Description of Autumn, he's specifically talking about the rainfall in Vrindavan. And he describes that the rain is indiscriminate. It falls everywhere. It doesn't think that, oh, if I fall on the stone, what's the use? Nothing is going to go on the stone. But if it falls on the grass is going to grow. But the rainfall falls everywhere. Similarly, no matter who you are, you have to pay tax. You may be a stone or you may be a tree. So it's very interesting that somebody brought that up. Please read about taxation. This Prabhu here very nicely mentioned books. So I was hoping to get an answer about Shastradhan. So September is the month of Shastradhan. We are going to celebrate a very important festival called Bhadra Purnima. Bhadra Purnima is when the next full moon arrives. That's the full moon of the Bhadra, and that's the Bhadra Purnima when we want to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam sets. So we are displaying multiple Bhagavatam sets outside today. And while we are setting up for the Abhishek, I just wanted to introduce you to this very important festival. We have a very special provision by which you can actually send any language Bhagavatam sets in India. Or if there is a village that you know of or you came from, you can send Bhagavatam sets to that particular village. So I traditionally always send Bhagavatam sets to my relatives and friends in Maharashtra. So I always sponsor a lot of Marathi Bhagavatam sets. Right? So that is something you can do. And we have a provision where they will go and actually deliver the Bhagavatam set to any family that you want in India. So if you don't have anybody here that you can give Bhagavatam sets to, there is a provision by which you can do Shastradhan in India. Because there's a lot many people there that we can give. We also send Bhagavatam sets to different villages. So that is called Grama Shastradhan. Like it's being sent to every town and village. So please participate. You will hear more about this particular festival in September. There will be multiple presentations. So which one, Richard, are you ready? Okay, so we will now commence with our Abhishek ceremony. So please remember Krishna book. You have everything that you need to know in the Krishna book, including taxation. Hare Krishna.